So you're a regular Vanderbilt.
That's right. I ain't gonna be poor orphan boy me all life. I gonna have a jingle in me pocket, a coin in the bank. I'll be respected. People will look up to me.
Okay, now Susan, we must go.
Where's Rick and Clara? What time is it? Are we late?
Nah, they ain't here yet. Looks like you got all sweaty from nothing.
A lady does not sweat, she glows.
Yeah, well, you're sure glowing like a horse.
That's a babe once in a while.
Hey, I done bathed last week. I ain't no princess that's gotta take me a bubbly bath every week.
Bubbly bath.
Am I offending your senses? I didn't know you were such a lace doily.
What's a doily?
A frown off the little rags don't serve no purpose.
Others clothing flexible leather things from reducing scratches, or by adding beauty to your home.
Can I be a doily?
Of course not.
Daggum, Phoebe, how you been?
I've been very good. I haven't seen you at the orphanage.
Yeah, I've been kinda on my own, living by my wits.
Probably while you're starving.
That was like a joke.
About actually being funny.
Good. Well, about the call.
What call?
Rick and Clara.
Really glad y'all came.
Told you we'd answer the call.
What call?
We can time to rent off at 221 Baker Street.
I didn't see it.
That's because you were too busy making your fortune.
1 5 at a time, Boyle.
Hey!
Last, I meant last.
It's not very last, dear.
That was like a joke.
Why are we here, Tom? How come and why?
Well, Sherlock Holmes, the world's greatest detective, needs our help on another case.
Is it a big case? Is it important? Is it dangerous? Does it involve octopuses?
No, Quinn, no octopus.
So when we stopped, what did we do? How did we do it?
You're Mr. Holmes' eyes and ears on the street. Junior detective, as you might say.
Wow, where'd you get that?
I bought it. It's just like the one Mr. Holmes uses.
Must have cost a blasted fortune.
Every penny we ever had.
Never get rich that way, Wiggins.
I don't care about the money.
Hey, don't talk like that. Classy that is.
Besides, Mr. Holmes is offering us a shilling each.
Each? And half a crown for whoever solves the crime.
Half a crown. Last, I'm in.
Professor Moriarty ain't involved, is he? That evil genius gives me the willies.
I shouldn't think so. I mean, not in this case.
What are willies? And why are they called willies? Why are they called bills? Or Sir Williams?
Where are we going?
You're gonna love this. We're going to the Bloomin' Circus.
I've never been to the circus.
Who can afford it? Penny to get in. Double for peanuts. Extra for sideshow. Maybe I'll be a circus one day.
Where is everybody?
Maybe it's not open yet.
Where's Mr. Holmes?
We're not sure. He said he needed help finding out what happened to a sword swallower what died the other night.
A sword swallower died?
Right in the middle of last performance. Short all the papers. I'll tell you about it for a shilling.
I'm sure Mr. Holmes will be here in a jiffy.
Hurry up! Look sharp! Get this man in my coach and get into the hospital right now!
I got one way of bum. Get right away, Inspector, you can count on us.
What?
Right away, Inspector, you can count on us. That's what I said. That's what I said.
What did you say?
No, she said that's what I said, meaning she said what I said.
Just hurry, you two!
Inspector Lestrade, what's happening?
What are you lot doing here?
Mr. Holmes asked us to meet him here.
circus.
What my daughter is trying to say, Inspector, is I have a soft spot for orphans, being one myself. I adopted Elsa here, and she's been my joy and sunshine. She's learning the business. She can practically run the circus. I love her so much, and I'm very proud of her. I want it more.
All these are your children?
No, Inspector, but they all travel with the circus. I feed them, clothe them, give them a home and a hope and a purpose. And they each apprentice for different acts.
All these types are performers?
Not yet. They will be. Someday.
Well, I never heard of anything like that before, and that's the truth. Right, but I want to talk to the grown-ups.
I have them gathered in the big top, waiting for your questions.
Lead on. We're going to get to the bottom of whatever happened to your sword swallower.
Inspector, how can we help?
You lot can help by going home.
Yeah, how to help?
When?
But Mr. Holmes asked for our help. Here's a bit of detective work for you, boy.
Call me a boy again, how dare you!
Easy.
Mr. Holmes ain't here. He took ill and we just rushed him off to the hospital. And the Scotland Yard doesn't require the services of a bunch of street rats.
What's a street rat? He means us. Gutter rubbish.
We ain't rubbish.
You're not policemen either.
But Mr. Holmes said,
And you're not Sherlock Holmes either, are you, lad? Look, I don't know what Mr. Holmes sees in you, but this one's not for you. So get out of here, because I need to talk to the grown-ups.
Certainly, Inspector. Right this way.
And if you get in my way, I'll have to throw you in the clink for obstructing an officer of the yard in his duties.
But
No buts. Go on. Now, Mr. Wainwright, let's go have a chat with the more mature employees.
What? So much for our glass of chillin'.
What happened? What's next?
Are we leaving already?
no, we ain't leaving.
Mr. Holmes ain't here. He's sick.
Right, look what I found in his hat.
Is there rabbit?
No, it's not.
Pudding. It's not an octopus, is it?
It's not an octopus.
What's it say?
Just my name, Wiggins, and one word. Murder.
Murder?
That's it. He's telling us the sword swallower was murdered. That's why he was here. To find the killer. The killer's at the circus.
But you heard the straw. He wants us gone.
Of course he does. He ain't no different than the rest of them grown-ups. Only one I ever met worth his salt was Mr. Holmes.
Didn't say that again.
You know, Mr. Holmes always said Inspector Lestrade couldn't find nothing. And with Dr. Watson away on his honeymoon, who's gonna catch the killer? It's up to us.
What will we do then, eh?
But you heard Lestrade. He'll lock us up. And I don't want to go back to the orphanage. I don't want to go back to the workplace either. I like living on the streets, don't you?
Not so much.
You don't have to get in Lestrade's way. He's investigating all the adults.
so
when do adults ever know nothing?
right. So we talk to the young ones.
Simple. Let Lestrade talk to the adults. Well, we'll investigate the orphans, and we'll see which one catches us a killer. Who's with me?
I am.
I reckon.
Right. We'll split up, talk to the orphans, meet back here, and compare notes. Ready?
Ready.
All right. The game's afoot.
A foot. Whose foot?
Come on, friend. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I thought you were at the bottom.
I was. But Inspector Lestrade talked to all the grown-ups. He didn't want me around. I don't think he likes children much.
Say that twice and be half right.
You're trying to find out what happened to Crispin, aren't you?
Crispin?
The sword swallower. Poor unlucky man. He was such a kind, loving soul once. You're investigating his death, I assume. Even though Inspector Lestrade told you not to.
Okay, listen.
It's all right. I don't think the inspector can find the truth. That's why I hired Mr. Sherlock Holmes. You admire him, don't you?
Who?
Sherlock Holmes.
Why would you say that?
I'm not stupid. I saw the look on your face when you told him to stay. You've taken up the case. You've got a magnifying glass just like his, and you're wearing his hat.
We understand.
Look at me. Do you see this ring? My father gave this to me. He adopted me when I was 7. He gave me a home, a family, a sense of purpose. I owe everything to him. I love him, and and I will dedicate my life to being exactly like him.
Okay. Well, maybe I understand a little bit, but Mr. Holmes, well, he ain't like everybody else. He takes time to look deep inside of you, know? Everybody else, we just pickpockets, but not Mr. Holmes. Even after we've stolen him a 10 silver piece and a...
A 10-piece and a silver bucket, get it
Yeah.
right.
What did he do?
Well, he didn't throw us in the clink, that's for sure. Could have locked us up, but instead he told us he could use a team of our talents. Saw us as talented, he did.
And now you are.
That's right. Mr. Holmes saw us as something. More than some street rats. He did not what no one else did.
Now you want to be just like him.
I know that sounds daft.
Not at all. Let's see how you're doing.
What?
Sherlock Holmes is known for his power of deduction. Look at me and tell me what you see.
Okay, alright. You go away to boarding school, the Shelby School for Girls, in Brighton. You wear spectacles, but you think they make you look silly.
How did you know all that?
Well, your face has color on it, which says you spend time in the sun.
I can see lines around your eyes where you squint, which means you don't see well, but you don't wear glasses.
You could afford them, so the only reason you wouldn't be wearing them is that you don't like them.
And I can see you have a callus on your right index finger, which says you write a lot.
That means school.
But you're not naturally right-handed, because I have a callus on your middle finger.
We can see that you dislocated a finger on your left hand.
So school, sunshine, finger, that's the Shelby School for Girls in Brighton. Because they got a nasty reputation of blocking the knuckles of anybody who writes left-handed.
That was amazing.
Was I right?
Hey,
You're certainly learning.
were we right?
It doesn't matter. I'm very impressed.
Were we right?
You're right.
No, I'm sorry. I don't go to boarding school. My father teaches me. Everything I know I've learned from him. But it was a valiant effort. No, really. Sherlock Holmes wasn't born Sherlock Holmes. You can do this. Let me help.
What?
I know the circus better than anybody. Let me help you, and I bet we can find out what happened to poor Kristen.
Oh, no.
We make Sherlock